Jack has stopped crying. Oh boy.
Stop crying.
No. Tucker, it's okay. It's okay. Can you stop crying? Because you're making Jack cry. Oh boy. We got the dog, the backpack, the stroller. I was in the car. Hi, Jack. Hi. Tucker is angry. Downhill, downhill. And we got our first blowout. And we've had our first blowout already, and we're not even left the airport yet. First PJ dirty. See, we're on the plane. We're on the plane. And someone's wide awake.
Maybe someone's sitting there.
Hopefully he will sleep. Pew.
In the event of a power loss or emergency, floor lighting will come on and all exits will be indicated by illuminated exit signs. And should there be a change in cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop down from the panel above you. Remain seated and immediately pull the mask toward you to start.
Our last stop in Halifax, and he slept that whole flight too, so we only have one left at an hour and a half long, so not too bad. Hopefully by then he'll be ready for another nap. I just changed him too, and I just sat here and I heard him fart, and it sounded like a poopy fart, but ugh. By the way, I don't think I really updated much yesterday, but I ended up getting sick, and I'm still so sick. I'm so congested. I'm pretty sure it's my sinuses, but I felt it coming on, like, I don't know, when I had to run out of town and get a few things, and that's kind of when I started feeling a bit off. Sure enough, I got sick. Hey guys, so I didn't really update much, but I made it home. I'm staying in my parents' camper all night, or travel trailer, and then tomorrow I think we're heading home. But overall, the flight wasn't too bad. I somehow managed to get all my things packed. I don't think I forgot anything as of right now. So I started feeling sick, probably like a little after dinner, and this happened to me the last time I flew, when I flew to Toronto to pick up Tucker. I was pregnant and I ended up getting sick that day. So I don't know if it has something to do with flying, or maybe it's stress. So, because I was so stressed out, because I thought I flew it the next day or whatever. So I don't know, but I ended up getting sick and it sucked. But Jack slept most of the way. He didn't really cry a whole lot, only because when you have kids or babies, you can board early, so I took advantage of that. However, maybe, it's not that I wish I didn't, but when you board early, that means you're sitting there longer before the plane takes off, and that's when he was the most cranky. But when we took off, I would feed him, and I also tried to feed him when we landed, but there was a couple times he was asleep and he didn't want it. I couldn't get him to take it, so I left him, and his ears didn't seem to bother him, because I'm sure if it did, he would let me know. But he didn't really cry, only when we were on the plane waiting to take off, and as soon as we took off, he fell asleep, and he basically slept the whole time. I, on the other hand, not so much. I didn't really sleep at all. Maybe on the first flight, because that one was like 3.5 hours, I believe. But I had a window seat in the first flight, the longest one. There was no one sitting on the outside of me, so I had 2 empty seats on the outside, which was so nice because I could put my feet up. And then the other 2 flights, there was someone next to me, which sucked. But I mean, it wasn't a huge deal, and I luckily didn't have to get up and like walk the aisles with him. He was really good, and a couple people mentioned to me like he is such a good baby, like he didn't cry or whatever. And during my layovers, I didn't really have time to like eat anything. I think once I got booster juice, yeah. And the whole flight, like I couldn't really move because I didn't want to wake him. So my back really hurt. Yeah, and I was just sick. Like, I could barely breathe through my nose every time. Like, I got on the plane, my nose was so stuffed, I could not breathe through it. I don't know if it was like the AC or something, or just the like stuffiness, but I was just not feeling well at all, and I was just exhausted from doing so much stuff that day and then flying all night. It was hard. But it wasn't bad. I think a lot of it had to do with my stress and that I was feeling sick. But yeah, so I made it. Tucker, I'm not really sure how Tucker was. I never heard him bark or anything on the plane. I did see him a couple times when they were putting him on, and they were always like talking to him and playing with him or whatever in his kennel. So as of right now, he seems fine. I feel really bad, but he seems fine. So that's really all the updates I have. I'll probably end this video here. It probably won't be very long, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!